Hey team, wanted to make a video because I have been living in the tent, and this past week it was just a whirlwind. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. It was really, really cold and rainy, and so the days kind of just went by really, really fast because I was in here and I was like on my phone and I was in front of the heater, and then after that I've been out of the tent, and I don't know, life. You know how life can be sometimes, where you're just like, well, time passed, and it was productive and we were there, so um but this is, I just wanted to show you life in the tent this weekend, especially. It seems like maybe it got away from us a little bit. It got away from me a little bit. It is very, very messy. This is it's just all mess. There's like stuff everywhere, and so I might have to start thinking about trying to, and that's the thing, is because I use all of it, and so that's good because it's practical, because I'm living here, and so I'm using the things, but it's so mess. There's so much mess, and so I'm wondering if there's a way to clean up the parts that I'm not using so that looks less messy. I wonder that's why we have furniture in the first place, because just like places we can hide the mess that we're not using, so the rest of the mess looks less mess. Just because it feels messy, but it's just and a lot of these things, I have been using or I have not been using, but like, they might just end up like in a closet or something, and or in a dresser, just basic things that aren't, or like a basket or something, and it's all kind of like loose leaf just out. And so but it's so mess. There's mess everywhere. The popcorn got bad. I don't have a kitchen, and so I know kitchens obviously are prone to getting messy, and so but it's just, I've got to figure out the systems here, so that way every time I live for a week, and I suppose it's not that bad to be like, well, it's been a week, I can clean now. but I swear I just cleaned a couple days ago after the rain, and it's a sty again. It's so messy that this might be an organizational game. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. But otherwise, maybe I'll just sit down and I'll try to be more mindful about my resources at this time. But I'm not sure what I'm doing with some of the resources. Like, I still don't know what I'm gonna do with my recyclables. If I'm gonna try to reuse them in some fashion, or if I am gonna end up just throwing them in the recycling like everything else. But we'll find out. So, but I guess now we're gonna try to make this less mess. But I don't know how less mess we're gonna get, because I don't have the furniture to hide it. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide the mess. So there we go. Okay, bye. Alright, it is better. I changed it around a little bit. I vacuumed. This is the biggest thing. Otherwise, I did move around a couple of little knick-knacky things. Oh, I've got 2 pairs of scissors out. I have to put one away. But the main thing I moved around was kitchen stuffs. Were kitchen stuffs. And so I'm going to have to see how this goes, just because I had a lot of it kind of tucked towards the back of the tent, and I wasn't able to grab it, and everything's dirty. I have to do a lot of dishes. I have to figure dishes out. So that'll be a thing. Now I think the popcorn is gone, so I could use that for to be the container for the suds, the study water. So that'll be an option. But that hasn't been done yet, but otherwise, I just moved around, pulled the dishes forward a little bit, got rid of some of the foodstuffs that was kind of a little bit everywhere. I had empty boxes that I cut up. I'm using it as art supply stuff, so that's on the list of things to do. But I moved some of the dishes that got thrown because I wanted the cooler free. That right now has butter in it, but not a lot of butter in it. So that'll come into play though, because I need to figure out cold stuff. Just because I would like to have cold beverages when it's exceptionally warm, which makes a lot of sense. This particular container does not have a lid, but I'll see if it fits in the cooler, because I would like to have cold beverages, at least a cold beverage, just if it does get too hot. So otherwise, recycling, I haven't worried about that too much yet. I moved the garbage over to here just because it was right in the doorway and I was kind of tripping on it and it was in the way, so I moved that, and I got some of the water containers out of the way. Right now they are actually down in the basement of my parents' house, so I'll have to figure that out later. But otherwise, it is cleaner. I don't know what I'm going to use. I do have a few organizational containers that I could use, but they're open at the top, so I really don't think that they're going to make that much of an organizational difference. Just because they're open at the top, it's going to look the same from up here, so it's still going to look messy, with maybe like 2 inches of cuter at the bottom. Mess with 2 inches of cuter at the bottom. So I didn't pull them out because I just wasn't sure it was going to be worth it. Yeah, so still a mess in here. So now I can recognize and appreciate what furniture does for our psychology, or a nice solid closet. There we go. We're always learning.